Hey everyone, it's Orange. Welcome to Path to Decency episode 53. We actually do have some summons today, but I am re-recording the video because OBS kind of messed up my original recording. I don't know what was going on, but the video is kind of blurry and it's like flickering blurry. You guys will see what I'm talking about when you see the summons at the end. I can't really fix that. We do have summons, but they're going to look slightly weird, so I apologize. But I'm going to re-record the episode for you guys in hopes that it enhances your viewing experience. Let's talk about what happened on my account in the last week since I saw you guys last. The main things I did to summarize the week were farming Homunculus skill ups, and I also did a couple EXP boosters to finish out the event we have going on, the Train Your Monster event, to get those mysticals. I made 2 new 6-stars with those boosters, my Homunculus, and also my second Rina. Ooh, what could that be? We'll talk about that later. So we'll talk about my Homunculus first. In the previous episode, I told you guys how I was going to build a water one and use the free ticket to reskill it to a fire one and use it in a cleave team. And that was because 2 weeks ago, I had some issues with finding enough defenses to hit with my devolutions during rush hour, but last week went a lot better, and I don't feel the need to build a cleave team right now. There are a few reasons that go into it. I just did free rune removal. I just did so much work on my account. I don't want to try to incorporate a new monster or multiple monsters in that I have to rune up extremely well to be able to perform. I might be able to get away with runing them kind of bad on a slow cleave team. The fire homunculus performs better on a fast cleave team, and overall I think fast cleave teams generally do better than slow ones. I'm just kind of ranting off the reasons here. Also, I don't know if I can support a cleave team right now with will runes. I haven't farmed necro that much, but I have been crafting will runes. Last week, I put both of my Lucians on will, so I don't know if I have enough will runes to go around right now for fast attackers, so that's another reason. And also, if you actually look at my offenses, I have quite a few, and I feel like they cover a lot of bases. My main offense being my double Lucians, my secondary offense being this speed team, which can deal with squishy teams like the one we see right here. I would actually fight this team during rush hour with my current team right here that I'm showing you, and then also a bruiser team, just your good old standard bruiser team. Standard. You can use Bella, Chasoon, Bernard, whatever, just some sort of bruiser team. I was using this one last weekend, and I do think a lot of people actually bruiser in Guardian 1, maybe even a little bit higher, depending on what they have. So I used this for the first 30 minutes. I was aware that my defense would probably be taking some pretty hard hits because I don't have anything magnificent on defense. Nothing like Camilla, Rakan, Praha, whatever. So it's not really sustainable for me to bruiser for the whole rush hour, but I did pick up some really nice, safe, easy wins that gave me a lot of points with this bruiser team. So that's another reason why I don't think I need a cleave team right now. And also, I want to mess around with the water homunculus in TOA hard this month. So TOA hard's resetting in 3 days here, and I'm going to test him out on my auto team. That's like the biggest thing that I'm excited for. I will show you guys my current TOA hard auto team, and then I will show you the substitution I'm making with the water homunculus. Let me pull up my monsters real quick right here, and I will get you guys the correct res order. If you guys are not familiar, any monster that has like a resurrection skill is going to, the AI will prioritize the furthest left monster first. So if multiple monsters are dead, it's going to resurrect the leftmost slot first. So the order is going to be Veramos, then Chasoon, then Arya, then Beretta. So I have these monsters in a particular order. And this month I'm going to take out Veramos and put the water homunculus in. I think that just makes the most sense because Veramos and the water homunculus's kits are very similar. You pretty much want them both to be putting out a ton of CC and that's it. So that's the substitution that makes the most sense to me, and here's the res order that I think I'll be running with. As far as the builds for the homunculus goes, I haven't looked them up yet. My subconscious might be remembering something that I saw a while ago for him when I was on Reddit just looking at things. So I'm going the standard path. I think it's called BDD. I'll show you guys in a second. The standard TOA hard path or TOA path, whatever you want to call it. For runes, I think Despair Revenge is going to be the best thing to go with. I'm not sure if Despair can proc on Revenge. I don't think it can. I don't know though. I really don't know. But Revenge for the first skill is super powerful. And Despair because all of his skills have AoE stuff. So I'm thinking I might build him just as a support, just to crank out that CC and let my Beretta's dots kill everything. I'm sure you can kind of build him as a damage dealer eventually when you kind of work your way into more damagey TOA hard teams. So I'm not completely sure what I'm going to do. If you guys have any build suggestions, if you're using one and he's working out really well, feel free to leave them down below to me. That'd be a huge help. I'll have to probably go on Reddit and check out some builds. So I'll go back and show you guys the skill path that I'm doing. Wait, no, BDC, right? Yeah, BDC. My bad. So this is the final one that I'm going to be picking. He's almost done, and that'll be really nice. In the future, I most likely will build the fire one for a cleave team with that speed scaling. Wow, we are super lag mode today. We're like 1 FPS, less than 1 FPS. I don't know what's going on because my Wi-Fi extender is like right out there. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, we'll see how TOA hard goes this month. For my videos that I do, I haven't been making that many in the recent months because TOA hard has been really easy for me. A lot of these floors are just pretty much a joke. Like 90 was a joke, which is Jamire. You guys can't see it. Okay, now you can, because my phone's really lagging. Artemil was really hard. He was 80, and then Veramos was 70, and he was pretty much a joke, so I don't want to show joke floors off, but if I'm able to use that water homunculus, and if he's really strong or whatever, I'll definitely show him off next month. I also wanted to show you guys my current Rift teams because I think some of them changed slightly from last week. I'm just going to show you Water, Light, and Dark because that's all that's required to farm skill ups for the water homunculus. Here's my current water team. It's doing really well. I think I can consistently get S or better. I don't think I'm getting any A's in water. For light and dark, it's a different story. In dark, I'm doing slightly better than light. I think for the most part, though, I'm getting mostly A pluses in dark and light. Sometimes S or better. As you guys can see, I have gotten triple S in both of these. So here is my dark team. I just did a ton of testing, and I also took a look at the dungeon debates to kind of give me some ideas for these monsters for both of these teams. For the light one, I was noticing that the shield, when you actually read up on how it works, if your monster does a single target hit, it's going to hit harder on the shield, rather than if you had a monster that had a multi-hit, like my Shaolin, for example. Her third skill is a multi-hit. I think it's her third. So I decided to try out TOAH to see if my scores would get better, and they did. So that's why I was using TOAH here. And then you can go to the strategy info and click on dungeon debate. And some of these teams were pretty helpful. I noticed a lot of people use Tark, and these kind of gave me some ideas. Like that person had a couple different frontliners. I tried out a bunch of stuff, and then eventually I just kind of settled on whatever. Like I said, I was getting some A pluses, some A's on the light and dark. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I did get some S's on the light, I've been noticing. And then, you know, eventually I had to stop paying attention, and I'm like, this is good enough. Let's just farm and we'll be done. So yeah, those are my teams. So yeah, that's the whole homunculus discussion. Let's transition into arena discussion about my Rinas. That sounded kind of weird, but yeah, okay. So my mummies, I did say they haven't been doing too hot, so I'm wanting to test out the double Rinas to see how they do. My first one I think is looking really good. Second one, not so sure about it. I wrote out a list here for myself on my notebook. I wrote down Rina and Mummy, and I tried to write out the defenses that I think people are going to hit me with. Whenever anyone talks about building defenses, they always talk about how you need to build a defense that's going to defend against the most popular options for offense. So I will pull up my defense that I think I'm going to be running for the last 20 minutes or so of Rush, just to give you guys a visual while I keep talking here. Gotta find Rina real quick. Or not Rina, Freya. Actually, I think I want to do it like this. So this is like a really subtle, small thing. I'm pretty sure most people are right-handed, so I think having Freya like far to the left is going to be hard for right-handed people to hit. That's just what I've noticed. It kind of slows you down a little bit, and sometimes you might misclick. So I think it makes the most sense to do this. And then for the last two Rinas, you might be able to order them in a particular way. I would probably put my better Rina on the inside, I think, because that's a little bit further to reach. I don't know, though, and a little bit more uncomfortable to reach. So that's like a really subtle thing. You know, do it if you want or whatever. But I've really found that it's hard to hit monsters like in the first slot or the second slot, just to reduce that crit animation, because when I'm using my Lucians, if there's a fire monster on one of those two slots, I'm going to hit that to not get that crit animation, and sometimes I do misclick. Even if it's just like 1 in 200 or whatever, it can happen and it might help. So yeah, so I'm going to just put them up here while I talk about them. So I wrote out Mummy and Rina, and I'm trying to think, like, who's going to be hitting me with what. I think the most popular offenses that people are using during rush hour right now in my ranking are going to be Double Lucian, Cleave teams, Tiana teams with Cleave monsters, like with damage dealers, Galleon damage dealers, or Bruisers. I kind of feel like people might be neglecting to mention Bruiser teams. I don't know how often people are Bruisering, but I've been hearing some things from some of my guild members that people might be Bruisering more than you think, especially at my ranking. I think a Bruiser team might have more, like they might take a little bit longer to clear double Rina. I'm not completely sure. But I think my Rinas, the thing with double Lucian though, is that double Lucian might lose to the mummies, and even triple Lucian has a chance to lose against the mummies, I think. Maybe like a pretty high chance actually, or to get stalled out. But against Rina, I don't think there's a chance that they can get stalled out at all. So that's one of the risks that I'm taking, that people with double Lucian might take their time to kill my Rinas, or triple Lucian, and they might be like, I can win this, but it's just going to take me like 2 minutes or maybe longer, depending on my rune quality. Because if I give these monsters good runes, they're going to end up looking pretty good. Like, this is my Rina. She has my best runes. I think she's looking really good. Let's talk about the strategy here, if you guys are unfamiliar with it. With this double Rina team, what's going to happen is my Rinas can survive 2 amputation magics, but not 3 at all. No Rina can survive 3, pretty sure. I think that's impossible. So, I mean, maybe if you build her with like a lot of HP, it's possible, but no one's going to build a Rina like that. So they can survive 2, which means that people might triple Lucian you. So the Freya on my team is going to need to die to that second amputation magic. That way she heals everything up after it. Veramos can survive 1, but not 2, so he's pretty much like a suicide monster. The first Lucian's going to amputation magic and trigger my Veramos' Nemesis runes. Veramos might interrupt. I can't put him on double Nemesis right now because I haven't farmed Necro that much. And then he might interrupt with his current speed and single Nemesis, and he might jump on them and he might CC stuff, but he's pretty much just there for the leader skill, kind of, and maybe to do something else if people don't have will runes on their monsters. And then, so the first Lucian amps, Freya needs to survive that. If she dies, it's like not good. Freya's gonna survive, the Rinas are gonna survive, Veramos is gonna survive. Then the second amputation comes in, and it's going to kill Freya. It's going to kill Veramos. He's pretty much dead. He can't survive that second one, I don't think. Maybe if I built him with a lot of HP, actually, like 50,000 HP or something, it might be possible, but I don't even know if it's worth it at that point to do that. It might be if you can do it on Violent. I don't know, though. And Freya's gonna die and heal everything up, so then it's just my 2 Rinas left, and the Lucians will be able to finish me off shortly afterwards, but I'm hoping that my Rinas can like dick around enough and heal enough to prevent that, and at least stall someone out for 3 minutes, or like 3 minutes is, I guess, maybe a little bit high to ask for, but I'm hoping that with this strategy, I'm aware that people with devolution or tribolution will probably kill me pretty easily. So yeah, I'm hoping that, actually, yeah, if they devolution me, I have to build my free that way for double and tribolution. So at that point, I'm hoping that I'm doing more offenses than I'm getting hits. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. But then for bruisers, I think it's going to take people way too long to bruiser this. Like at least a couple minutes, so I should be good there. Especially if I build my Freya tankier, which I will have to do to survive a first amputation. Even if that Lucian crits every single card, I think she's going to need to survive all 3 crits. So, yeah, I'm going to pull up the builds that I came up with real quick to show you guys. Let's see. I was just doing some math right there. Okay, so hold on, let me get this up. Oh boy. Okay. Here is my second Rina. She wasn't 6-star at this time, so I calculated the build on my first Rina to see how she would look. And you can actually do the math for these to see how much HP both will have if you want to. I will do the math for my first Rina just as an example for you guys. Oh, I probably shouldn't set that, should I? Okay. So let's check out my main Rina, the best one. So to figure out how much HP she'll have, this is kind of, if you're considering, can my Rina survive 2 amputations, this is just how I was doing it. And I think someone actually outlined this on Reddit, maybe. Okay, so that's her HP right now, but we have to add in the building that I have, which is 20% HP off of her base HP, the Glory Shot building. So we added that in, and then we have Veramos's leader skill, 33% HP. So that's her overall HP, but she's going to get a shield that is going to be 26% of her max HP because it's multiplicative. I think that's the technical term. So it's not 50%, it's actually 26% right here with her skill ups. So then we do that, and that's how much HP she actually has if multiple Lucians are hitting her. The first one's going to hit her, then she's going to get a shield, and then to burn through all of that, they're going to both Lucians are going to have to do that much damage, or triple Lucian or whatever, but my Freya is going to die to that second Lucian, so she's going to get full health again. Okay, so then if you want to do some more math on 2 Lucians or whatever, so we can divide by 2. How much damage will each Lucian need to do? 30,000 damage divided by 3 cards. So for 2 Lucians, each Lucian's card is going to have to do more than that for my main Rina. And then my other Rina, the build that I have for her that I showed you guys, is very similar to this number. It's a little bit squishier, but it's still really, like, it's a lot. And I don't think many people are going to have really hard-hitting Lucians like that. They might have one that, they might have, like, one hard-hitting one, a third Lucian or something, but I think I should be fine. I'm kind of wondering how many people actually have that, though. How many people have triple Lucian? How many people have Julie double Lucian? I don't know. I think, like, everyone has a bruiser team, though, so I'm thinking it might be better to use my Rinas to defend against that, because I feel like a lot of people might be bruisering. But we'll have to see how it goes. I think I might use them just to try something new, because my mummies have kind of been sucking. I'll show you guys my Veramos's build, too. Let me pull it back up. Wow, we are lag mode. So, like I said, I don't really know if you can ever make him survive 2 amputations. Maybe I could, but I just have him kind of like on a suicide nemesis build to get that triggered. I can't do double nemesis, but I'm sure he'll interrupt some people's Lucians because he's so squishy. If you add in the HP building and the leader skill, I believe he has like 35,000 HP. So that should be enough to survive most people's first Lucian. So I think he should be fine. And then he's taking a rune off of my Lucian, so I looked at building him. I looked at some more builds for my Lucian. And then for Freya, actually, I was looking at builds for her because I haven't done all the math on what's going to happen if people glance on her, crit on her, or if they get the crushing hit or whatever. But I think she needs to be able to survive 3 crits. So if we think about how much damage are people's first Lucians really doing, at least 21,000 per card, or for their 3 cards, that's kind of like the low end. And then maybe on average, like 8.5k per card. I don't know. So I might have to look at some of these builds and see if I can make her tankier than this, because I might have to loosen up these requirements if this is like her tankiest build or her most HP build. So yeah, that's Frio right there. I was just kind of trying to figure stuff out for her. And I will have to make up my mind before this tomorrow, because tomorrow's rush hour. So yeah, that's the whole Mummy Rina discussion. I don't know. I haven't been doing that well in Arena, but I mean, I've been doing pretty well actually, like I showed you guys. I've been consistently finishing High Conqueror 3. Okay, next on the list, let's talk about, I don't think I showed you guys my DB10 team. So, free rune removal went very well. Everything went according to plan. Wow, this is going to be really painful because I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi right now, but it's just terrible. And I actually figured out that oh wow, this is like so bad. It probably just makes more sense for me to do this and show you guys this right here. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, so free rune removal went well. I think we've kind of, nope, okay. So one of my viewers actually mentioned that he saw someone using Veligul on a speed DB10 team, so thank you to my viewer, a deep thank you, because, wow, my voice kind of got deep there, because I would not have came up with this team on my own. Veligul pretty much slipped my mind for being a potential monster for DB10. I don't know really why, but maybe it's because I haven't really been looking at that many people and looking at their DB10 teams. When I originally pulled Veligul in Path to Decency episode 2, I think it was, people were telling me, or I had heard from a couple people, that he was like super godlike in DB10, and I think at the time YDCB was actually using Veligul in DB10, and I just kind of forgot about it. So this team, I've ran it for about a day and a half, maybe, I don't know how many refills I've done, but I've ran it quite a bit and it hasn't failed yet at all. Sometimes things die on the final dragon, and also sometimes they die beforehand, like I've seen Verd and Tark die, and somehow they pull it out every single time. So I'm glad that I can run that team. I'm not going to show that again because that was like really what the fuck. Damn it, rush hour is going to be bad now because I have the thing out there. I might just try unplugging it and plugging it back in to see if it gets fixed. So in the last episode, I told you guys I was going to go back to my safer team with Vero and Bella to make it so I had 100% runs. I was using a 96% success rate team, and I wasn't really comfortable with the results I was getting. You know, with only a 97% success rate, fails are going to come in, and I didn't like seeing any fails. So I wanted to go to a 100% team, and I actually have one that I was unaware of. So once again, thank you to my viewer for being awesome and telling me about that team. So that's my current team. I will show that off in the March rune video, but I need to figure out if I'm using Rinas or Mummies, and then I will record my March rune video. So yeah. Next on the list for Guild Wars, okay, bear with me guys, we're in lag mode right now. For Guild Wars, we finished Guardian 1. Those are our stats for last week. Wow, we got hit a lot. So that was Guild Wars. And then for Arena, I did finish Conqueror 3 again. But like I said, I have been consistently finishing High Conqueror 3, so you know, that's something. I did do a rush commentary that is on my channel, and I will link it down below for you guys. I'm kind of comfortable with where my Lucians are, with how much damage they're doing, and I'm getting used to knowing what to hit with them, and I feel like with all my offenses, I'm good. I don't need that cleave team right now, and we'll have to see how this weekend goes. I don't know. Even if I don't get Guardian 1 anytime soon, I'm just gonna keep playing, keep grinding, and you know, keep doing my thing, which is finishing High Conqueror 3. So yeah, that was Arena. Next, I have some skill ups to mention. I had a Wind Kung Fu Girl in storage, and I put that on my Shaolin because, okay, we gotta wait for the screen to catch up to us. I put that on my Shaolin because I figured I can just fuse another Wind Kung Fu Girl if I ever wanted one. I think it went into her Energy Ball, which is her first skill, and for some reason my phone's like completely frozen. God damn it. So yeah, which is her first skill. Why is this not working? Hello? Hello? Is anyone home? Okay, I guess we're home now. Okay, Energy Ball, can you guys see it? Second skill, okay, we're lag mode, but we can at least see some stuff. So Twist Kick, we still need one more in that, and then her Water Dragon attack is fully skilled. So that's Shaolin. Also, I summoned a random Rina from an unknown scroll last week, and I put that on my first Rina. The point went into her heal, so when the phone catches up here, I will show you guys. I just need one more point in her heal to max it, and then after that, I'm going to start working on my second Rina. So yeah, that was the other skill up. Let's see here. I upgraded my Water Sanctuary, which is the Glory Shot building, to level 7. I will show you guys. So that was the only Glory Shot building thing that happened this week, the Water Sanctuary. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the Fire one next or the Water one. I'm thinking maybe the Water one because I have quite a few water damage dealers and not that many fire ones. I think Hua might be my only fire one at the moment. So yeah, that was Glory Shop. We had a Hall of Heroes, the Fire Samurai. That went pretty smoothly for me. I used my normal Hall of Heroes team for like the old style Hall of Heroes, which was Verd, Vero, Theo, Briand, Chisun. And I finished all of those floors. I'm going to save those skill ups in case I ever want to, or in case I ever get a light or dark samurai. I'm trying to hold my phone over here because maybe like it gets better connection, but it's really not. Okay, so the phone's frozen, but we're on the Hall of Heroes screen. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that was Hall of Heroes. And then my midweek AD, I don't know if I talked about this, but we'll talk about it now. So the one that I had up earlier, let me pull it up. Whoops, Severo was on there. Hold on. This AD is actually doing a lot better. Wait, why was that monster? Oh, okay, because you can't use the Homunculus. So this AD is doing a lot better than the other one I was using. I'll show you guys the other one I was using first, actually, because that kind of makes sense. So Bernard and then Ritesh, wherever he is. So last week I was using this one, and I was complaining how every single day I would drop down to like rank 3000, and I'm like, how? My runes are like kind of good on these monsters. What's going on? Why are people beating me? I have a pretty good defense, I feel. So I started using my other defense that was doing a little bit better. So let me pull that one up. We just need Freya and Veligil here. Again, you can kind of set them based on whatever's like harder to hit, sort of. Maybe I'd put Veligil in the other slot for people who are right-handed. This defense is actually doing much better. It doesn't get hit that much, and I don't get knocked down so far every single day. I've been able to kind of stay up in the 1000s or so, which is much better from last week. But I think if we actually look at the defense success rate, it's about the same as it was last week, which is kind of strange because I've been noticing better results, and it's getting hit about the same because we still have one more day for Arena to go. And I'm already at 216 hits, so I don't know how that's happening, but yeah, it's doing better, which is kind of nice because I'm able to stay a little bit higher ranked and test out my Lucians a little bit higher ranked. So that was that, and then next week we have Orion summons coming up. Right now I have 21 summons ready for him, and no good 3 stars, no Rina skill ups, but we have some good Nat 5s and also some good Nat 4s. I could definitely use Fuko, Orion, and then the Water Kung Fu Girl skill ups, and then any of the Nat 5s. All those Nat 5s are amazing, but you guys know how that goes. It's probably just going to be nothing, but we're going to do those anyways. So, yeah. That was the end of the episode. I'm going to show you guys the summons in a second. I hope you guys enjoy them, despite the video quality. I apologize. So, here they come. Hey everyone, it's Orange. Welcome to Path to Decency, episode 53. What did I just summon? I hope it's an unknown scroll. I don't think it was, though. What was that? Okay. Sorry. Welcome to episode 53. We have one less summon, but we already did it, so we don't. Just kidding. Okay. Compose yourself. Here we go. 16 mysticals. I hope I have space. We're lagging a little bit, but we'll be fine. So this is the point in time where we just collect our garbage, right? Let's get some Rina skill ups. Come on. None of these. These are just food. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Woo! The fucking feasible one. How awesome, guys. Best monster to pull. Good lightning rate, good lightning rate. Woo! A second feasible monster. This is the best summoning session ever, guys. Nothing can top this. Best summoning session on YouTube ever. Oh, okay, wow, nice. Okay, Light and Darkness scroll. No lightning. Here comes our Bella. Ugh. I don't know what that is, but okay. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Path of Decency. Look forward to these because I'm looking forward to them. I will catch you guys later.